understand what was going through his head that he took it upon himself to move Noah to the table when he brought his plate out. Who told you to do that?
Yeah.
It's your girl Bree, and I'm back again. Hey y'all, how are y'all doing? So this is gonna be Noah's birthday vlog. Oh, I'm so excited. We are going out to eat, and right now I'm about to get his cupcakes. I'm looking at me, and I should be looking at y'all. But yeah, right now we're going to get his cupcakes. He's in the back. He got that jacket all over his face. Well, all covering his face. But yeah, I'm about to get a cupcake. So of course I'm about to show y'all how they looking. You have to see the theme. You'll see the theme when we get there. I wanted it to be a surprise what the theme is gonna be. Hopefully the decorations come out good, because I don't know, we'll see. Because originally, in order for the balloons to like stand up or stay up, I have to put helium in it. I don't have time to do that, because right now it is, well, I'm gonna tell y'all today, it is February 22nd, 3:29. His dinner reservation is at 4. Yeah, his dinner reservation is at 4. So yeah, so I'm 30 minutes away from where we're going to eat. We're going to, I can tell y'all that, we're going to Papa's and Beer. If y'all ever been there, the Mexican food is so good at Papa's and Beer. So yeah, that's what we're headed to. But I'll check back in with y'all when I get back in the car with the cupcakes. Y'all, I'm running late. GPS saying like 4:30. So yeah, birthday boy, he knocked out back there. Y'all see him? He knocked out. But I got the cupcakes, I got some ice cream, and I got some happy birthday plates from Publix, and a candle. I wanted to do the candle thing, saying happy birthday and all that. Like, I can't believe I got a 1-year-old. That is crazy to me. So crazy. But I'm thankful. My family coming, Maya's family coming, so it's gonna be a good bit of people, a good bit. But I'm gonna focus on the road. I just want to check back in with y'all, let y'all know I got the cupcakes. I'm gonna let y'all see them. Hold on. Yeah, I hope y'all got a good look at them. And I gotta decorate, so I'm kind of mad that I'm late, but the reservation is from 4 to 6, so we got plenty of time to put the decorations up and still do what we do. Yeah, because decorations, it's not too many of them, it's just a little bit. And yeah, so I'll see y'all when I get there. I'll probably prop the camera up so y'all can see us putting up the decorations and stuff. We'll see. Did you talk to somebody?
Another room there, and there is nobody back there, but it's in the very back.
That's fine, we can do that.
You want to do that?
Yeah, because I really want to put up these decorations. I know.
But it's tight right here.
Yeah, and
Y'all feel tight.
I don't think this is supposed to be the room anyway.
No, he said this was the room, but they got busy.
Wait a minute, I booked this 2 weeks ago. Okay, well, alright.
So, but it's a room back there. It's in the very back. It's a lot spacious.
Y'all, they about to piss me off. I'm about to tell y'all what happened. Child. Oh, was that the manager?
Yeah, he said you not service for people on the rest of the week.
So we usually don't do that in the week. No, I called. gonna do balloons. That other stuff, forget it. Unless I do like on the wall, like I got a happy birthday sign. I don't know. Yeah, when I say this is ghetto, real ghetto. But I'ma prop y'all up and let y'all watch us put up these little bit of decorations we're gonna do. Like, I gotta give y'all a little story time. And I was trying to keep my composure. I was trying, but honey. Anyway, this is the turnout. This is the turnout of the decorations. Y'all see them? I couldn't even put the decorations up that I wanted to put up, but I'm gonna sit down, make the best out of it, feed my baby, order food, and I'll check back in with y'all in a few minutes. Hold it, say hey to the vlog.
Much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
It's your girl Bree and I'm back again. Hey y'all, how are y'all doing? Y'all, what's up? Anyways, so I know y'all seen the title and I know y'all know what's going on. So we about to do a story time. At first Noah's birthday was gonna be a vlog, but honey, when I say things went downhill, it went downhill. Before we get right into it, make sure y'all follow all my social medias at Bree Elise on Instagram, Bree Elise on Facebook, and at Bree_Elise on TikTok and Snapchat. Make sure you follow your girl. Okay, so we're gonna get right into it. First of all, Noah's birthday, really 0 out of 10 don't recommend, okay? Part of it was my fault, okay? I'm gonna take full accountability that I was late. I was late to the function, okay? I was late. But let me tell y'all something. The plan was, and I told Papas and Beers, I said, hey, I wanna book the private room. I wanna book the private room at 4 o'clock. So they said, oh, well, you know what? We can block the time off. We can do from 4 to 6. I said, perfect. 4 to 6 sounds good. That'll give us enough time to get there, eat, and everything, right? And he told me, if I remember the conversation correctly, the manager told me, and you know what? I'm not going to leave this part out too. I just thought of something. But he told me, okay, great. Somebody might be there a little bit before you, but by the time you get there, they will be gone. That is what he said. Now, I want to go back a little bit. Now, his birthday was supposed to be on February 8th, which, if I'm not mistaken, is on a Saturday. So originally, this was supposed to take place on Saturday, February 8th. So my son ended up getting COVID. So when he got COVID, we had to push it back. So we ended up doing it on February 22nd, right? And I told them that. I said, hey, that's the thing. Going back, thinking about it, I was so, like, keeping them up to date on everything. I was, telling them what was going on. So after I had booked the original date of February 8th, I called him back. I want to say about two days before. I want to say about 1 or 2 days before the actual day I was supposed to come. And I said, hey, my son has got COVID. I want to make sure, it's done. He don't have COVID no more. So let's do February 22nd. Do y'all have February 22nd available? The manager said, yes, we can do February 22nd. Now, there will be a party before you, but they will be gone by that 4 o'clock time. So when you come, if we're still cleaning up and whatever, allow us a little bit of time to do that, since they'll be leaving right before you. And I said, okay, fine. We booked it from 4 to 6. So I'm good with that. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, I had to run an errand that day that we were supposed to come to Papa's and Beers. Okay, this is the Papa's and Beers in Greenville. Okay, because there's a reason why I'm telling y'all that. So I had to run an errand, and then once like 3:30 came, I said, oh, I gotta go get the cupcakes, because I had booked the cupcakes, I think, a day before. And what I should have did, this is what I should have did if I wanted to be on time. I should have got them cupcakes the day before and kept them in like the refrigerator until that Saturday when we were supposed to go. That's what I should have did. Looking back, I know what to do going forward, right? And I'm gonna try my best not to talk too loud, because my baby is asleep and I don't want him to wake up. So I'm gonna try to tone it down just a little bit. But it still made me mad what happened. Okay, so after I got the cupcakes, I knew I was gonna be about 30 minutes late. I was running 30 minutes behind. So Maya, for all my new people, that's my boyfriend, his mom was there on time. She was there right at 4 o'clock. She said, hey, I'm here for Brianna's reservation. Where's the private room? They showed her the private room and she sat down in there, right? Y'all, tell me why. Tell me why they had somebody come in maybe 5 minutes after his mom sat down in there. If we booked the private room, why would you put somebody else in there? I understand all of us wasn't there at 4 o'clock, okay? But if you're gonna give us a time slot from 4 to 6, and that's my time, the full time of 4 to 6, 4, 5, and 6, why would you put somebody else in there? Knowing I had a party of like maybe 14, 12, 13 people. Why would you do that? And it was a small space, y'all. It was a small space. It wasn't even this huge space. It wasn't. So why would you put another party in there? Cause, okay, let me give y'all the setup. Let me tell y'all the setup. Okay, it's 2 long tables in like a room. Let's just say the room is this big. The tables were right here. So we're in a cubby space, pretty much. So why would you put another family in there when you know it's gonna be tight? When you know it's gonna be small in there, and you knew how many people, because I told you in our conversation how many people was gonna be there. That's what pissed me off. So I had an attitude the whole time when we was trying to go in there and set everything up. I had attitude. So I just want to say, if anybody that was in that room with us, in that private room, from the other party, I wasn't mad at y'all, okay? I wasn't mad at y'all, but I was frustrated because I had that room booked and y'all shouldn't have been in there. Okay? It's not their fault. And I know they kind of felt the energy because I was mad. I was pissed about the situation. So I know they felt the energy, but it wasn't towards them. It was towards the manager that I already talked to. Need I remind you, the manager I talked to was there. So he knew the game plan to everything. So why would you do that? Why would you allow your workers to put somebody else in there when you know me and you had already had a conversation, had already had an agreement on what was going on? Okay. So, my mama, she seen that I was frustrated about the situation. She seen how small the space was. So my mama, I guess she went walking, looking around to see where we could sit at, because we wouldn't finna stay in that private room because there was really no space in there. And we didn't want to wait for them people to leave. No. So my mama found a table in the back, in the very back of Papa's and Beers. And she showed me the space and I said, yeah, that's perfect. We can do that. We can just go to the very back. There's a big table back there. We can just sit back there. Okay, another thing that made me frustrated with that situation. Okay, we decided to move, right? We told them, hey, we're just gonna go back here. Tell me why that table and floor wasn't clean. Chairs weren't clean, nothing was clean back there. And you know what? Now that I think about it, well, I already knew that. Well, I kind of knew, but I didn't know. So it was Saturday night. So I had a feeling I knew it was going to be busy. That's why I booked it. That was the whole reason of me booking it, because it was going to be on a Saturday night and I knew it was going to be busy. Or I knew that it was probably going to be busy. Of course, I can't tell the future, but I knew it could possibly be busy. That's why I booked the private room. So when he set us back there, no, first of all, we had to stand up for about 20, 25 minutes, 30 minutes until they cleaned up the area, got the chairs together, you know, yeah, wiped off the table, all that. We shouldn't have had to wait. Why wasn't that space already clean? Why isn't the whole place clean? Y'all got bus boys and all of this. Well, I don't know if they were short-staffed. I don't know what was going on. But the situation was, it was so mishandled, y'all. It was so mishandled. And then the thing was, it all goes back to me and that manager had an agreement. So, and I understand that I was about 30 minutes late, but Maya's mama wasn't late. She was there on time. So if you knew that she was there on time, you should have thought in your head. You should have thought in your head, okay, well, she's here for the party that Brianna booked. So common sense should have told you, oh, Brianna is on her way. And by the way, I don't even know I've mentioned it. This is Noah's first birthday, y'all. This is Noah's first birthday. So I wanted it to be good, you know what I'm saying? I wanted him, he had a good time. Noah had a good time, okay? He had a good time, but I'm getting there. Just let me get there first. Okay, so they finally got it cleaned up after 20-30 minutes of standing up waiting on them to clean it up, get everything together. I was trying to put up decorations and it was too late. Everything was rushed, right? So I just put up balloons. That's all I had time to do because people were hungry. We had already waited 30 minutes for them to clean up the area. So I quickly put up some balloons and we sat down. Okay. Y'all, on top of all of that, customer service sucked. It sucked. When I tell you, We waited forever to get our food. The food wasn't even all that good. Maya's mama, her nachos were soggy. My steak was, I mean, it was so chewy, is what I'm trying to say. You're gonna be chewing on that for years, okay? It was so chewy. So, food wasn't good, service wasn't good. And another thing about the service, this is what almost sent me over the edge. This is what made me really mad. Okay, so I'm sitting at the table. They bring out my son's food. I have my son sitting beside me, kind of away from the table, because I know he likes to grab stuff, right? Tell me why. Tell me why the waiter took it upon himself to move Noah towards the table. I just want to know, why did he think that was okay to do? If you see me having my son sitting beside me, why would you take it upon yourself to move him to the table when you put the food down? Nobody told you to do that. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. And then he told me, so, are you married? Are you married, honey? Please. I'm already not in the mood. I don't need you trying to butter me up. Because I don't think he was really trying to holler at me. I don't. You know, not saying, you know, anything like that. But I'm just saying, I think he was trying to butter me up because he seen that I was pissed off the whole time. So I guess he was just trying to butter me up and try to flirt with me a little bit so I can, you know, not be so mad. You know, that's what I think he was trying to do. I don't think he was genuinely trying to holler at me. Okay? But yeah, y'all, that right there, and I was just looking at him like, you know, that look like I'm really about to flip out. I mean, that look like the look of death, really. Like, do you really want me to go to jail? Because that's exactly what I'm about to do. And you about to be in the hospital. Yeah. Because my thing is, I can't get over the fact, I just don't understand what was going through his head, that he took it upon himself to move Noah to the table when he brought his plate out. Who told you to do that? Is he your son or mine? Because last time I checked, I'm the one that got cut open to get Noah out. Last time I checked. But, y'all, that's what almost sent me to jail, to be honest with you. He was like, oh, I'm sorry. And I'm just looking like this. Because I was so mad. Like, it was no word. I couldn't even say anything because I was shaking. Because I really felt like I was about to punch him in his face. Y'all, was so mad. I was already mad about the situation. Did he go and do that? Ooh. Yes. Oh. Let me not leave out this part. Okay, so I told the manager, because the manager walked over there. I said, I gotta talk to you. Whenever you get done doing what you gotta do, I gotta talk to you. So he stopped what he was doing. He came over there to me. He was like, what's up? What, you know, you told me you had to talk to me. I said, yes. I said, I don't even remember his name, and I wish I had got his name. When I talked to the manager, I said, hey, me and you talked on the phone about the 4 to 6 time that we was going to be in the private room. Y'all had somebody in the private room. And y'all know that it's small in there. And for me to have it booked, I just felt like that was unprofessional. I do. I told him that. I said, I just felt like it was unprofessional. that we had something booked and you had somebody else in there. The time slot that you said we can have is from 4 to 6. And then I said, and not only that, when we moved our space, y'all had to clean and sweep and everything, and that took over 30 minutes. So we had to stand up throughout that whole time because y'all didn't have that private room ready for us. That was unprofessional. And I asked him, I said, what are we gonna do about this? Because, you know, this is my son's first birthday and I had already had this booked. And he was like, well, we can do a free appetizer, but that's about it. So nonchalant about the situation. And I hate that. I hate that. I even wrote a review. Yes, I did. I wrote a review on Google about that Papa's and Beers in Greenville. So everybody can know what took place. They food sucked, customer service sucked, and everything all of the above, okay? So I'm gonna put my Google review right here, and I'm gonna show y'all what I said, okay? So you can stop and read it. You can stop and read it, but yeah, I'm gonna post it on here. Post a screenshot. But yeah, I was telling him that it was unprofessional, and I grilled him. And I told him, hey, we shouldn't have had to wait for y'all to clean and do all of that. We shouldn't have had to wait for that. We shouldn't have had to move our space either. When you know we booked that room. I told him all of that. I said it. And then my aunt, after I talked to him, my aunt pulled me to the side and was like, hey, Brianna, you probably shouldn't have used the word unprofessional. You probably should have said, you know, I was so disappointed in how everything took place. And maybe, yes, I should have said disappointed, because at the end of the day, this is why she told me I should have said disappointed. She was like, you know, we still have to eat here, and I don't want them spitting in our food or whatever, which I understand. But y'all, to be honest with y'all, okay, y'all, so I had to get on my phone because my camera went dead, okay? So I was at the part where I was telling y'all about how my aunt pulled me to the side, let me know, hey, you probably shouldn't have used unprofessional. You probably should have said, I was just really disappointed at the service, you know, and let him know. Which I was trying to keep my composure as best as I could, because I was already upset about the situation, okay? But I did keep it together. But, you know, my aunt and everybody else was just like, yeah, you could have said disappointed. It would have been better. But you didn't cuss them out. You didn't say anything foul to them to make us, you know, to make them spit in our food. But, you know, just the wording. So I understand. I could have said, you know, I was just disappointed because we had already had something booked. We had an understanding. But, you know, at the end of the day, ain't nobody really gonna care. You know what I'm saying? But, and then that's another thing. I didn't pay for the booking. So had I paid for the booking, which there was no, they don't charge to book that private room. They don't charge. So, you know, but because they don't charge, I guess they felt like, oh, we can sit anybody there. She late, we're just going to sit somebody else in there. You know what I'm saying? But had they had a fee for us to book the room, then that might have been a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, like after that, we ate. He gave us I don't think I told y'all. So he gave us a free queso dip, because he said he can give us a free appetizer, and that's about it. He said it's so nonchalant, which is whatever. You know, what he should have did is take off some of the meals, okay? Take off the fees on some of the meals. We shouldn't have had to pay for like 2 or 3 meals. That would have, you know, been good. I would have been satisfied with that one. But just giving us that little small queso dip, come on, Papa's and Beers. I know y'all could have done better than that for the service, the food, and everything. But he didn't care, and he made it clear that he didn't care. So, you know, it is what it is. I left my review on Google. And I talked to the manager. I probably could have did more, but at the end of the day, I was late. Had I been on time, things might not have went the way that they did. I probably would have had the private room to myself had I been on time. So that's me taking accountability for not going to their corporate office. Because I could have did that. You know what I'm saying? I probably still could. But I'm trying to take accountability for me being late. That's why I didn't. Okay? So, as y'all probably gonna see in the clips that I posted before the story time, Noah, he had a fun time with the cupcakes. Cupcakes were delicious. Ice cream, I had got Oreo ice cream, delicious. The Breyers cookies and cream ice cream was so good. It was so good. So we sung happy birthday to him. I got a little, the clips. Y'all gonna see or whatever. I feel like at the end of the day, he had a good time, He didn't really know what was going on. So that's the good thing. I'm gonna make sure I be on time for his birthdays going forward and make sure I do it. Probably, if I do it at a restaurant, it'll probably be something kid friendly, like, or if it's not, I'm gonna make sure, it's gonna be not too busy the day that I choose or something. I just don't want it to be too busy to where they do us some type of way like they did at Papa's and Beers, So going forward, I'm just gonna make sure I be on time. That was the lesson learned, is to always be on time when you trying to do something like a birthday party. Okay? Oh, let me mention this. First of all, it's already bad enough that we couldn't have the private room to ourselves. But y'all, they kept sitting people back there with us. When I say the whole area where we was at was packed. And nobody was sitting there. Nobody was sitting there but us. Y'all already didn't give us the private room to ourselves like I had booked. Now, y'all packing people back there when we couldn't even have a little bit of space to ourselves. They kept filling people back there. And I'm just like, why? Why? I understand it's a Saturday night, it's going to be packed, but y'all already dropped the ball with the private room. At least let us have a little bit of space to ourselves. And y'all just couldn't do that. Papa's and Beers, I'm really upset with y'all. I'm really upset. And you know what? Papa's and Beers, before that, I had never had a bad experience with them. But they really showed they behind this time. And they don't have to worry about seeing me again, because I will never go to that location again. No, 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 no. I'll go to McDonald's before I go there. Because the way they showed they behind, nope, no can do. I mean, when I say it was so many people back there with us, you would have thought we never had nothing booked. At the end of the day, that was his first birthday. I thought the first birthday was supposed to be all peaches and cream, but it wasn't. It wasn't. It just was not that. But he got plenty of birthdays going forward. So I'm going to make sure I be on time for those. And I'm going to make sure everything's put in place and organized next time. I hope y'all enjoyed my story time / vlog. And make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And y'all, going forward, I'm going to push myself to be consistent. I'm going to push myself as hard as I can. But y'all, just please be patient with me. I appreciate all my new followers. Love y'all. Love y'all. Love y'all. Okay? I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.
That's that real shit.